Hey guys, it's Caleb from RokBlokz. Today in the shop we got something really exciting. We have the brand new Subaru WRX. We did our mud flaps for them. It got the RokBlokz treatment, so let's show you how to install them. Here we have the tools laid out that you'll need for install. You'll need a flathead or insert puller to help remove inserts. We'll be using a Phillips head screwdriver, just with our 90-degree screwdriver here, and a level to check level. Here we have the front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is the front flap for that corner and the hardware. We'll put a complete breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Here we are at the front of the vehicle. What we're going to do is remove these 5 inserts, one from inside the wheel well here, 3 along the edge, and the one on the bottom. We're going to get those out of the way. These ones you turn with a Phillips head screwdriver and they slowly back out, and then you can just pull them out. This one you'll want to use your flathead or insert puller to release it. Once those are out of the way, you can go ahead and lift the liner up and outwards. The upper hole here is going to be the most difficult, so we'll just kind of reach our arm up in there, sliding our clip over the edge and aligning it with the mount hole, like so. Put that one over that hole. This one's going to go behind the plastic onto the metal fender and align with that hole, and this one is going to go over the bottom tab right here. So go ahead, get that put in place, and like so. And then you can just go ahead and return the liner to its original position. Now that we've returned the liner to its original place, we're going to take the insert that we popped out with the flathead and we're going to replace it back into this hole here. Click it into place. Now we're good to begin mounting our flap. We're going to start with this lower hole here. So we've grabbed our flap, a longer screw with 2 washers and the rubber spacer. I'm going to put the screw with a washer through, another washer on the back side, and then our rubber spacer. We're going to go ahead and get that started by hand in that bottom insert right there. That should be able to support the flap. We'll grab our Phillips head screwdriver. Line it up. Give that just a few turns, should add a little friction to it. Next, we're going to go to this one, which will be a shorter screw with 1 washer. Let's get that slightly started. Next, we're going to work our way up the fender. We're going to use the shorter screw, except we're going to put a washer on the front side, the back side, and put a 5mm spacer just to fill the void here. And we'll get that started a few turns. Now we're going to take our last long screw, place it through a washer, place it through the flap, put a washer on the back side. Then we're going to use our 10 and our 7.5mm spacers, put them on the back side here, and then we're going to go into the insert at that top hole. Go ahead, get that started a bit as well. Now we're going to take it, adjust it. Right here it's clearance because of the shape of the fender. We clearanced it around to make it so that the flap sits more flush with this crazy curvature we got going on here. And so we're going to set it to where we want it, and then we're going to begin here. We're going to tighten this fully, and we'll push the flap to conform it to the fender's edge and tighten here, and then do the same up here and tighten here, and then we'll come back and fully tighten the bottom here. So let's go ahead, get it just a little more snug. We'll check for level, then we'll do our final tightening sequence. Now with that set, we're going to fully tighten all of our screws. Starting down. And use some inward pressure. Push this inward. Fully tighten. And we'll push the top in. Fully tighten that as well. Once we're done there, we'll tighten the inner mount. That one will be just until snug. The rubber spacer will compress, and it's somewhat adjustable. If you want it tucked back a little tighter, you can tighten it tighter just to aid in clearance in there, but you don't want to over tighten it, as it will start to deform the flap on the inside, which is okay if you need the clearance, but if you want a square mud flap, just tighten it till it looks good. Now that we're set, another place that you want to check is make sure that this bottom line is tucked up as close as it can to the liner here. The recess is just meant for this bump here, so it doesn't distort the flap, but you want to adjust it so it's up as high as you can. If you have it adjusted lower, you may have a small gap right there. Shouldn't affect performance, but if you want a better look, just push it up and lock it into place. You can repeat those same steps on the other side. Now, let's jump to the rear. Here we have your rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your rear flap, the pull-through tab for the rear, and then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Now, before we head over to the vehicle, we're going to pre-assemble the flap, pulling this pull-through tab through this bottom slot. To do so, we're going to take it, we're going to make the part number face downward towards the bottom edge of the flap, which has the logo. And we're going to take it from the side without the logo, push it through, and then just pull it until it clicks in place. Now your flap is pre-assembled and ready for mounting on the car. Now we're at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this insert here to remove it. And then this insert here is a push rivet, so you'll push it in and then you'll be able to pull it out. You can reset it and reuse it if you need to. We won't be reusing it for this install. And then lastly, you'll remove the insert on the bottom. Remove the insert here. Once that's out of your way, take your large insert, press it in. Now you're good to return to the top. Before we mount the flap, we've got our bottom insert in. Now we're going to take our nylon clips. We're going to place it behind the fender's edge here onto the color matched bumper piece on the rear here. Align the hole. Our other insert will go behind the hole here. You'll have to go up behind the liner here, kind of between the muffler. And we'll slide that up on the metal frame or body, aligning the hole. Now with that in place, we can take our flap and begin mounting at the bottom hole going into that insert. That insert just barely snug. We're going to take one of our other screws with the 2-inch washer, and that's going to go on this exterior hole here. Now we're going to take our last screw with washer, and we'll lift our flap up into position, align it with that inner hole. We'll go ahead and tighten that in. We're going to get these all till it's just snug, but you can still move the flap around. Now we're going to go ahead, grab our level, check our alignment, set it to where we want it. Right about there. Now we're good. We're going to start fully tightening down just by this exterior screw here. Now fully tightened down. Now we're going to push the bottom in toward the body and fully tighten the bottom screw here. And once that's done, our last screw will be this inner screw here. Go ahead, that fully tightened down, and that's how you install the rear. You can repeat those same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.
Three, two, one.